And then the next thing is that if I asked you, if I said, is there one area in your life that would benefit from some fresh thinking, you know, your personal problem or a business problem, something odd happens. So, for example, I had this guy the other day, and he said, yeah, my issue is how do I play more golf? And I said, well, you know, what's the problem behind that problem? And he said, well, actually, it's how do I spend less time with my wife? And I said, okay, well, what's the problem behind that problem? And he said, how do I tell James in marketing that I love him and that we should start a new life together in Brighton? Yeah? And actually, the first time you say the problem is part of the problem, is you have to ask yourself the right question. So whatever problem you write down the first time, probably part of the problem, see whether you can answer a more relevant question. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it. So the enemy of creativity is expertise. So the more you know about your particular area, the less likely you are to think differently about it. And the quickest way in my experience, of thinking in a different way is by changing your personal wavelength. Okay, let me ask you to visualize something. So you're in Smokehouse, the agency, and the top floor is, it's a beautiful room, it's in an old building, there's nothing in it, it's full of light, there's a white carpet, yep, nothing in it at all. With me so far? I'm now going to cover the carpet with Lego, of every colour of the rainbow, all over there. Can you visualize that? Hone in on one particular brick, got that in your mind's eye? Yep. Hands up if that brick is red. Yep, so it's normally about 3/4 of the room, so red. And the reason for that is it's because it's the most energetic, and when you're thinking and lively and engaged, you're thinking at the red end of the spectrum. That's why all FMCG, fast-moving consumer good brand leaders want to be red. Hands up if it was blue. So those people are closest to sleep. That's the more relaxed end of the spectrum when you're sort of drifting away. And the quickest way to change your thinking is just to change the colour in which you're thinking. So if I said, you guys, what's the red solution? You guys, what's the green solution? You would completely think in a different way. So that's just a very, very quick way of thinking differently.